What's up, guys? I just got back from the movies, just finished watching Return to Silent Hill, and I have no idea what the critics are talking about. It wasn't a perfect movie, but I definitely enjoyed myself. So let's get right into this. Okay, guys, like I said, I just got back. And prior to even seeing this movie, I read a bunch of user reviews and critic reviews, and Rotten Tomatoes gave it 9%, and it was the worst video game adaptation anybody's ever seen. And I read it all. And what I don't understand is when critics see something like this and know it's based on a video game. Obviously, it's not going to be perfect, but taking what Christopher Gans did with this movie, the movie itself, they took the base of the story. So you have your characters in there. You have James Sutherland. He gets the note from Mary. He's going to Silent Hill. He's trying to find her, but they took that base and created their own story out of it. And there was a lot of Silent Hill lore in it. Like, I mean, I went and seen it with my son, and I kept tapping him on the shoulder, like, hey, this is one of the final bosses, or this is this character, or whatever the case may be. And it was all there, and I was mesmerized the fact that I could see these characters on the big screen, whether or not it was made with a big budget or not, or if it was made in excellent quality with the CGI. I mean, yes, I will get into the CGI in a little bit, but from what I want you guys to understand, that everybody needs to go see this movie. If you're interested in it, go see this movie, make your own judgment call, because I think that the critics and some of these hardcore fans are just too, I don't know, they're always disappointed. There's never any positive thing to say about, because it wasn't perfect. It wasn't what they envisioned it. And you can't make a video game movie based on exactly what the story was in the game, because then you're just going to get the same recycled thing over and over again. I was excited, to find out that I was getting a different story, and James's character, has shifted a little bit, and the reasons and the whys are different. And I think that's amazing, because you were able to take such an amazing story and then create another one with it that worked. It did. And we're going to talk about what works and what didn't work. So, first of all, I'm going to talk to you about what didn't work for me. Not so much didn't work. We'll say, it wasn't up to par with quality, but there was reasoning for that, I believe. So, first of all, the CGI, when he's running through the outer world, and everything turns to rust and everything, it was cool, but you can also tell that it looked more so he was running around behind green screen and a lot of CGI placement, things like that. But then when they had zoom in shots, everything was practical effects. So that in the hospital, there was stretchers that were all covered in rust, and the flooring and everything like that, and it was beautiful. Now, to create a setting for Silent Hill, in the outer world especially, that would take a lot of money to do it all practical. And CGI, to do it properly, would also take a lot of the budget. So, to emphasize the outer world, we needed that CGI, whatever they could produce, to show us that anyways. So, I took it for what it was and still enjoyed it. Okay? Some of the dialogue, was a little dicey at times, right? Like, they would say something, and then what the next person would say, their next character would say, it didn't really make any sense to what that character was saying, if that makes sense. The dialogue didn't fit in some places. But now we get into the good stuff. I'm pleased to say that Jeremy Irvin, I hope I pronounced his name right, did an awesome job at the source material of what he was given. It was a man going slowly into descent of losing his mind. And they gave, the backstory, a little bit of James and Mary, which kind of fit pieces together, but also pieces together in the game, I guess you could say, too, because we don't know too much about the relationship. Now, there was a drastic change in the movie, and I'm not going to spoil it for you because I want you guys to go see it. I like the drastic change they made. I mean, I liked all the changes they made, to be honest. The horror element to it, no, it wasn't that scary. I mean, I went with my 14-year-old son. I mean, I think there was only one scene where we were startled or jumped a little bit, but the atmosphere feels like Silent Hill. And if you're a fan of the game, I suggest going to see this, and don't take it too lightly. Just don't go in there and start looking at every little detail. Enjoy the movie for what it is. Forget the fact that it's supposed to be Silent Hill 2. It is based on the game. They took the base of the game and made their own story, and the story works. And I think that eventually this movie is going to end up with a cult following, and we're going to see user reviews rise, hopefully. And critics out there, stop criticizing for light effects and for framework and for all that stuff. Enjoy the movie. Go in there, escape from your life. Enjoy that movie. Last night, where I was in Silent Hill. I enjoyed every minute of it. And you know what? I can't wait till it comes out on physical media, because this is something that I definitely want to pick up. I think it will look nice on 4K, even the cheesy scenes. But you know what? Like, just because a movie has a few cheesy scenes or the dialogue's a little off, whatever, doesn't mean you can't enjoy this film. I think that I personally, because I'm a big fan of the first movie, I'm not going to talk about Revelations because that was just a train wreck. But you could see Christopher Gann's style in both Return to Silent Hill and the first Silent Hill, but I actually enjoyed this story more. So Christopher Gans, shout out to him. He seen the source material, made his own movie like he did, just like the first one, right? We got original Silent Hill stories. Think about that. I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. I highly recommend going to see it. Make your own opinion. You might not like it. I really did. I don't think the critics are even close to what they're saying, how bad it is. And you know what? If I have to give this rating on the Jam Meter, I'm going to have to go with an 85. I really enjoyed myself. Can't wait to watch it again. I might go see it again in theaters, but only time will tell. And if you like this video, guys, of my solo review, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and thanks for jamming with us.